I'm Vanessa Mahan, and we are presenting Bionic Bowel. This is Rebecca Mahan. She was diagnosed at 14 years old with severe Crohn's disease, and she is my sister. The people you see behind her are just a few of the patients of Crohn's disease that we have had the opportunity to interact with and discuss their symptoms and lifestyles out of the millions of Americans who suffer from this disease every day. These people suffer from frequent vomiting, bloody diarrhea, abdominal cramping, severe flare-ups, many hospitalizations, which results in them missing work in school if they can manage to keep a job or stay in school at all.
So currently at Missouri S&T, they've developed a biomaterial called Miragen. This product is being used to treat ulcers in diabetes patients that occur on the skin. It's being used due to its incredible healing properties. It heals these ulcers in a matter of days and without the production of scarring tissue. The skin is not the only place where ulcers can occur, as it is actually one of the primary issues with Crohn's disease that causes the flare-ups and pain that all these patients suffer from. The duodenum in particular, which is the curved section of the intestines in between the rest of the intestines and the stomach, according to Dr. Yuri Gori, who's one of the gastroenterologists here at Mizzou that we've spoken to, 8 in 10 patients who suffer from Crohn's suffer from an ulcer in this location. This is where we will be targeting our product, which is a pill form of this glass that is already being used on the skin and is FDA approved last summer. We will be using it inside the body, again, in pill form, to treat these ulcers. These ulcers are caused by too much acidity in eating away at the intestinal lining. We can engineer this glass to alter the pH, raising it to a normal level, preventing ulcers, future ulcers, which are pictured up in the right on the corner, thus treating both the symptoms and the cause.
Right now, Humira is the only long-term solution for people who suffer from Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. This product only treats inflammation, and it doesn't treat any of the pain, the bleeding, or nutrient absorption that people have issues with. People with Crohn's disease can't digest lactose or strawberries or tomatoes, any acidic foods, and they have to have a severely strict diet just to be able to function in daily lives. Humira is given by an injection every 8 weeks, and it costs $5,000 a month. You have to go into the hospital and stay and get a colonoscopy, and so those bills really start to rack up. Crohn's disease is not cheap for people, and you can imagine with people without any health care, this is just totally out of the question, and it's the only long-term solution they have. Humira also shows a positive correlation with a 20% increase in melanoma and lymphoma in its patients. Our product is a pill. You can take it along with your daily vitamin. You don't have to go into the hospital to receive the treatment. Obviously, you need a prescription, but you don't have to stay there to get it administered. You can take it at your convenience during flare-ups, at work, at school, and it's going to treat those ulcers, it's going to treat the pain, it's going to treat your dietary needs, and it's going to allow you to live a quality life.
So I'm going to come around and pass to you. We have the pills that we will be using. It's about the same size as a Dayquil pill, and then the product that will go inside that will alter the pH and heal the ulcers. So as we said, we got the opportunity to interview 34 Crohn's patients throughout our development of this product. Every single one of them has complained of daily pain as well as unpredictable flare-ups that cause them to miss school, work, social life if they've been able to do these activities at all. Our product will target and heal the ulcers, reducing discomfort and allowing them to live lives. We'll also prevent future flare-ups and ulcers by altering the pH to a normal level, preventing the future development of ulcers, treating both the ulcers, the pain, the symptoms, all of the above.
So 45 million Americans suffer from inflammatory bowel disorders, and an additional 3 million Americans suffer from Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis, along with 200 new diagnosed patients each year. This is a 6% increase in our market, and last year alone, $57 billion was spent on trying to manage symptoms of Crohn's disease, with the majority of these patients being severely unhappy with their results.
So to date, we have developed our product. We know it works and that it alters the pH and will heal the ulcers. And with our first round of EQ funding, we will be attending gastroenterology conferences around the country in order to meet key opinion leaders to help us move forward with clinical trials. In the future, with further funding, we will begin an SBIR application to obtain even more funding to move to clinical trials and FDA approval process.
Yep, so far we have developed a prototype, which is what you guys have all seen. We have a business plan through the EQ program that we have been able to develop, along with conferences that we have picked to attend over the next couple of months. In the future, we plan to do our SBIR application and use that to do clinical trials and FDA approval.
So I apologize, I know this is redundant, but this is the format. So as we said, the original funding that we got from the round 1 of EQ will be used to attend conferences and meet key opinion leaders. We have 2 that we are signed up to go to, and hopefully at least 1 more, just to meet people, get our business and our product out there, and get those connections in the industry. Moving forward, we will be doing our SBIR application, as well as hoping to secure lab space to continue on with our trial process. So as we said, my name is Katie Coleman. I am a senior in the Biological Sciences program at Missouri S&T. I have been doing undergraduate research for the last 3 years, and I have been published in peer-reviewed publication. I am also an ROTC cadet, and I will be commissioning as an officer come May in the Army. And that gives me a lot of experience with managing people, things, words are hard today, managing people and events and property and things. What else do I have up here? I also have event coordinating experience, and I have lots of financial management experience through various clubs and jobs that I've held in my time in college.
I'm Vanessa. I'm a biological sciences major at Missouri S&T, and I've written several successful grant proposals along with, I have 2 years of experience. I'm used to managing about 150 employees on a daily basis, and I have financial management experience dealing with about $10,000 of daily income for my job.
That is our product and us. Any questions?
I was just surprised to see you had a drug already developed. Did you work with the lab?
Yes, so we've actually had the opportunity. We work with one of the professors and one of the PhD candidates on campus who work with this class on a daily basis, and so they are the ones. We told them what we wanted it to do, the pH we wanted it to work at, and they were able to develop that for us.
Have you done any discussions with the lab on production?
We've not. That's one of the next steps that we're working towards, is getting that large-scale production. That's part of the SBIR process. Yes?
Is the end game to produce it yourself or to potentially sell it to like a pharmaceutical house? Or?
That's kind of something we're still playing with. We would like to, I think, sell it to a pharmaceutical company, but we want to make sure it's the right company that will keep us involved and keep the product to the standard we want it to.
Does the FDA approval process look like for you all?
So, one, we're lucky since it's already FDA approved. That speeds up the process a lot.
So there's this thing called fast track in the FDA approval, and since our product meets an unmet chronic disease in society, and there is a huge market and a huge need for that right now, we're actually able to get an FDA decision in about 60 days max. And along with the other product already being FDA approved, we only have to do phase 4 trials, so it speeds up the process quite a bit.
So this may be a follow-on to the first question. Who owns the underlying IP that you all are relying on?
We do, along with
The university currently owns the product itself. It's just we have the application that we're using it for.
yeah, so we own
Okay.
the product invention and they own the composition.
And do you have a license with the university yet, or is that part of what?
That's part of what we're doing, but we do know we do, like, 50% of it is ours. So that is, like, what we're our product is something they never thought of to use their product for, so they kind of need us and we need them.
Okay.
So can you clarify if you have a license?
No, we do not have this, license yet.
That's another step in the process. Any other questions?
What are your thoughts on just protecting this? What would prevent another company from a great idea and taking it?
Relating to
The product.
Well, so what we have, the little crystals that we handed out, that's a very specific composition of this product that was developed directly for us. So while the university does own that, we are going to be able to my understanding, the fact that we are using it for a specific thing, that gives us protection under the IP process, so that we can, that specific composition class, once we finally get the IP done, it will be ours.
Might want to build some expense in for talking to a lawyer and getting this.
Yeah, we actually have a contact that is a little bit outside the system, very familiar with medical devices and a patent attorney. So he's been giving us lots of advice on how to move forward with the university and the system. So.